All right. Hey, welcome explorers to another episode of Virtual MOSI. This week is Light Week and we have a really exciting activity for you guys today, all about glow-in-the-dark drinks. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's turn on the lights for just a second and we'll explain the science of what we're going to do before we start. Okay, perfect. So we talked a little bit about light yesterday, and light is part of a much bigger phenomenon called the electromagnetic spectrum. That's a big word, but you can see it up here, and all it means is energy that comes in waves. Everything from radio waves and microwaves to infrared, visible light, ultraviolet light, X-rays, gamma rays, all that stuff. All of those are part of the electromagnetic spectrum. And we're going to be focusing on light, of course, this week. And normally, visible light that humans can see ranges everywhere from red to violet. So we can't see what's below red, or what we call infrared, and we can't see what's above violet, or ultraviolet. But today, our activity is going to give you a chance to see some of the things that you can't normally see. And this is a great activity for kids or adults if you want to modify it slightly. And now remember, all matter is made up of atoms, and certain atoms have properties that make them phosphors. So phosphors, like this granite right here, can you see that okay? There should be some of the pinks showing up there. I have this cool mineral called calcite, and it glows green under black light. Oh, and a black light, by the way, is just a type of light that emits mostly ultraviolet light. And it appears kind of this bluish violet because that's just the tail end of what we can see. And I've drawn a little diagram of how it works up here. So you have some sort of atom that's a phosphor, and it gets hit with energy really hard. It causes one of those electrons to jump up a valence shell. If you remember listening to our chemistry lesson, you might know a little bit about those already. But it just gives that electron a little more energy. It jumps up. But now it has too much energy and it doesn't like that. So it jumps back down and releases the extra energy as luminescence or visible light, things that we can see. Some animals have properties called bioluminescence, and they do this naturally themselves. But in general, we have a lot of different materials in our daily lives that glow, and what we're going to be doing with today is mostly food. So you saw some rocks, and I've got a few other things here. Before we turn on the black light, I'll just show you what they look like normally. I've got some spinach that I've blended up here. Very nice and healthy. We've also got some tonic water. It's going to be really fun in a second when we make some drinks with that. We also have some vitamin B. This is a multivitamin, so it's got a bunch of different kinds of vitamin B, but the one we're looking for specifically is vitamin B2, or riboflavin. So I made sure that this bottle had riboflavin in it. We also have some honey. It glows a little bit. And I'm not going to put this in a drink, but it is edible, so I brought it out to show you. Corn syrup. Okay, so can we hit the lights and we'll see what all those things look like under the black light?
We have a request to see the rocks in the dark.
Ooh, yes. Let's take a look. This is granite, and as you can see, there's some pinks in there. So one of the minerals in here actually glows, and we have a bit of green on this side. And this is calcite. Can you see that a little better? Glows nice and bright green. There's actually a huge version of this in the geology department at the University of South Florida, if you ever get a chance to check it out. It is a boulder size of this thing. Okay, so first, if you want to do this activity, you're going to need a cup, and you're going to need some of the materials I mentioned. Either you're going to need tonic water. It's available at all grocery stores. It's very, very cheap. Or you're going to need maybe some vitamin B. And what I've done with my vitamin B is I've crushed it up into a powder, and you're only going to need a very little bit. Like one pill will be more than enough. But make sure you ask your parents' permission before trying. I have also gotten some soda, just because tonic water and vitamins by themselves are not super tasty. So I've just gotten some soda water here. And you'll see that the soda water doesn't really glow. But watch what happens when we add a little bit of tonic water to it. Beautiful. You can see that the tonic water glows this nice blue color, and I'll add some light there so you can see it better. Okay. And maybe you'd like to see compared to just normal soda. Okay. So one is going to glow this bright blue, and one is not really going to show up much. Pretty awesome. And I told you that riboflavin, vitamin B2, also adds some color. So let's see what color that gives us. Add a tiny little bit of that here. And then I will grab a straw to stir it up. I'm going to pick one that also glows. So this straw was made with some material that phosphoresces. Certain inks will do that. Okay, so as I mix up some vitamin B2, maybe a little bit more. Can you see what color that's starting to turn? If I pick it up on the side, you can see it even better. We've got this nice yellow color. And it glows so neon that if you want to get a different effect, maybe you want to make like a Hulk green kind of drink, you can add a little bit of food coloring. So I have some blue food coloring here, and just the barest amount, like a tiny drop. Stir it up again. And now you have a nice glowing green drink. So go ahead and experiment. See what kind of colors you can come up with. What else do we have here? I thought I had some turmeric, but I guess I do not. Turmeric is a type of spice that also glows. If you want to make sort of a healthier drink, I guess, you can go for that. And I mentioned before spinach. Now spinach is interesting. It doesn't technical difficulties there. Spinach doesn't actually glow the color you might expect. Do we have any guesses what color the spinach might turn under the black light? Normally it's green, and the phosphor in it that's actually causing it to glow is going to be, believe it or not, the chlorophyll. The chlorophyll is, of course, as you know, what allows the plant to convert sunlight into energy, and it's a little harder to see. But what's normally green under the black light is going to appear blood red. That's super cool, and it's a great alternative if you want to make a healthier drink that glows, that doesn't involve soda or anything else in it. Can you see the red okay? Pretty cool, right? It's the exact opposite of what you would expect it to be. And I'll show you some of the honey as we add that. Let's see if mixing those together adds anything. You can see it glow that nice yellow. I don't know if spinach and honey is going to taste particularly fantastic, but I'd be willing to try. All right. And I've got some other juice here. I just have some grapefruit juice. It does not glow, but again, you can mix it with the drinks that do glow to kind of give you maybe the flavor you're looking for in addition to that color. So I have soda water in there, some grapefruit juice. What do you think? Should we add some tonic water or some riboflavin? All right, I'm going to choose, I feel like grapefruit juice and tonic water go pretty good together. So I'll add some of that. Alright, nice glowy drink. Those colors mixed together kind of just made it glow this bright white. And often paper has different phosphors in it that make them glow as well. Sometimes that's just to get some really bright, vivid colors like you can see here. But other times, like with white paper, copy paper, it's actually just a bleaching agent that makes it glow that bright white. Okay. So there's really endless possibilities that you can try at home to combine and get the colors that you want. Maybe I'll use a straw that was not on the table here.
We have a question from Christina.
Yes.
Is there a way to make yourself glow?
Is there a way to make yourself glow? Well, certain parts of you do phosphor. I don't know if you can see my teeth. Did those glow pretty well? Yeah. So certain elements in your body naturally phosphoresce, like your bones, so hence your teeth. As far as eating food, not that I know of to make you glow. But of course there are certain like body paints and inks that do. So. Tastes pretty good. Tastes like grapefruit soda. And of course, it's that bright vivid color. All right. So I think we can turn some lights back on. And I'm ready to answer any other questions that you guys might have about the electromagnetic spectrum, visible and invisible light that human beings can't see. Or if you have any drink ideas, we'd love you to share them in the comments. Show us what you make.
So we had a suggestion from Brian. He might try putting honey in his morning tea and shine a black light on it.
Yeah, definitely take a picture of that. We'd love to see the results. This drink is a little clear. I bet I could try some honey in this one too.
And then we have one question. Can adults make adult beverages glow too?
Definitely. Like I said, this is a great activity for all ages. A very common drink that has tonic water you might be familiar with is a G&T. So you could definitely give that a shot. And pretty much anything clear that you're going to add to this is going to keep its phosphorescent effects. So definitely be creative, have a party, try it out, let us know how it goes.
And Jose says this reminds him of skating rinks and bowling alleys.
Yes, it does. A lot of those use black lights for fun. Definitely like mini golf is a place you might see some of these things as well. So that's the fun part of the electromagnetic spectrum. Glow in the dark, ultraviolet. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope this is a fun activity that you can try at home, maybe even while you're cooped up. And as always, keep discovering. Cheers.